freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it on to our children in the bloodstream. The only way they can inherit the freedom we have known is if we fight for it, protect it, defend it, and then hand it to them with the well-taught lessons of how they in their lifetime must do the same. And if you and I don't do this, then you and I may well spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it once was like in America when men were free.
Hey everybody, Dan and Cheryl Todd here from Gun Freedom Radio, coming to you from the 2026 SHOT Show in
fabulous Las Vegas.
And this event is a never miss for us because of all of the amazing people that we get to connect with. Friends that we've had for a long time, brand new friends, and people who are doing amazing work, life-saving work, advocacy work, educational work, all across this nation. And we are so excited to have back on from way too long ago.
Yes.
It has been too long. Our amazing friend, Miss Amy Robbins.
Hey, so good to be here with you guys. And you're right, this is my absolute favorite show of the year, because you're getting together with people that you don't get to see all the time, but you know everybody goes back home, they leave the show and they're working hard and they're out there fighting and protecting our right, not just like our rights from a law perspective, but they're out there like advocating and really standing up. For me, it's the women, but we know everybody here is doing that. When they leave this place, like they're still mission oriented and they're going out and doing that. So
absolutely. Now, Miss Amy is, and of course my phone just closed, but she is an entrepreneur, a keynote speaker and media host, CEO and co-founder of Alexo Athletica, leading a national movement empowering women to live ready, self-reliant lives in style.
That's right. That you pretty much summed it up. That's exactly what we are doing. Yeah.
So we were chatting off air about, there are conversation forums out there on social media, and so often our knowledge, we sit back and stay quiet because we don't want to be the elephant plopping herself in the room, or we don't want to be, engage in, all right, so now I'm going to be in a Twitter battle for the next 3 hours or something. And it's so much easier and simple if we just stay quiet. But you don't do that, but yet you do interact in a very classy, tasteful, and educational way.
Thank you.
And I think that you're modeling something that more of us should be brave enough to step out and do.
Well, there's a great side to social media. There's a dark side to social media. I don't think the yelling back and forth does anything to progress any side, especially when it comes to the Second Amendment conversation. I feel like we've kind of, both sides have gotten this wrong, and we're not moving the needle either way, because we don't sit down to actually, we're either trying to speak head to head or like head to heart, and we're missing some of this interaction in between. So I try to do my part, but also I can't stay silent, especially when there's so many attacks that are coming against our right to keep and bear arms. I mean, that's not the time to stay silent. You do have to stand up, but it goes far beyond that for me, because just a little bit of background on my story, how I started Alexo. So I never would have thought I would have been in the gun world. Always was a firearm owner. My dad was a firearm owner. I started hosting a TV show for the NRA back in 2013. That's how I kind of got into the firearm space, but I still was never one of those people that carried a gun. I thought people that did that were a little paranoid, even though I was in the world. And then in 2015, I went out for a jog. I was training for a marathon. Same road that I always went on, and I got followed and harassed by a van full of 7 men. Whoa. They went to the end of the road, they came back and they did it again, and it was that aggressive catcalling and harassing that millions of women experience on a regular basis. But that was my aha moment, because I didn't carry anything, and I said, if this were to escalate beyond the catcalls and the harassing, what am I going to do? run into the field. I can't beat them off. I can't fight that many men. So I started praying. I said, God, if you'll just get me home and give me a second chance, like I'll do something. I don't know what it is.
Yes.
Didn't think it would be clothing. Then I went and got my license to carry that day. I called my buddy. I said, get me the class. I got to get my gun. I picked out a firearm, and then I said, now what?
Yes.
Where do we carry this? Like, how do you run 15 miles with a firearm on your body? And I am very particular about my running gear.
Sure.
So I needed it to look good, feel good, and be functional. And I couldn't find anything that I wanted online. And I didn't have a background in design or manufacturing, but I said, look, I see the trends right now. I knew that concealed carry was up 500% at that point.
Wow.
Since 2007 when they did the last, report. It's like, that's a big trend. There's more women that are starting to think about their safety in a proactive way. I was reactive, which I feel like a lot of women are, unfortunately. But my kind of goal with making Alexo was to make gear that was so easy to use to get women in the mindset of being prepared so that they could live a confident lifestyle, and then just make it easy. Reduce as many barriers to entry as you possibly can for women to start carrying not just a firearm. So many women may not ever carry a firearm, but I want them to get in the mindset of you are your first line of defense. Yes. You have to prepare. When seconds matter, the cops are minutes away, and you're really the only one. And we're seeing that, y'all. We're seeing it time and time again. We live in a really crazy world. Our politicians aren't taking care of us. They're not creating laws that are making women safer. They're actually doing the opposite. We see Laken Riley, Rachel Morin, Molly Tibbetts, all of these women were female runners, victims at the hands of somebody that should never have been in the country here in the first place. They were let off with a laundry list of criminal activity, and they went and did what we keep warning people they're going to do. They're waiting for their next victim. And I really wish every woman would have some form of tool on their body. If you get the training and you're comfortable with the gun, get a gun. But we actually have a great partnership now with Byrna, because I'm seeing so many women moving into a space where they want self-defense tools. They're just not ready to commit to that liability of a firearm yet. And so for us, the Byrna was a really natural partnership that said, hey ladies, here's a great effective tool. It's got some good stopping power, and at least it gets you in that mind frame of being ready to protect yourself.
Yeah.
Amy, I just wish we could find a way to get to all the women out there and say, don't wait until you're a victim.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just don't wait.
Yeah. No,
do something.
You do something. And it's that proactive mindset. So I'm really active on media. I'm really active on social media, trying to tell women like what could happen. And I don't want to be a fearmonger. I really don't. But it's taking the time to share the stories of things that are happening to women. Mainstream media is going to disregard a lot of them. They're not going to talk about them. So it's up to us to share the stories of the Laken Rileys, of the Molly Tibbetts, and tell women this is a very big possibility, and you just be ready. And people want to say people that carry guns are paranoid. Actually, it's quite the opposite. When you're prepared, it reduces your amount of paranoia.
It makes you criminal paranoid.
It does. And I keep saying, oh my gosh, what is it going to take? If women would just start shooting back, defending themselves, whatever that is, how much of this would stop? How many people look at soft victims and say, you know what, they don't have anything on them. They've got their earbuds in their ears, their head's not on a swivel, they're not paying attention, and those are soft, easy targets. But if women would start having things that, would help them get a fighting chance to survive, I really think it would reduce this. And so that's kind of what our mission is with Alexo. We make the gear that looks good. We make the gear that makes it easy for you got 8 pockets built into your waistband. So they have special compartments that are built into the leggings, the skirts, the shorts, whatever, it's all on the bottoms. We don't have jackets and stuff that carry. Those are just the lifestyle pieces to kind of complement it. But we make the gear that makes it easy for women to say, okay, I can get into this, whether it's my pepper spray or something else, get into that mindset.
Right. I'm sorry, but it's sort of like, you make them aware. If they go through the training and they get prepared, criminals look for people that aren't paying attention.
Right.
They look
Always.
for people that are not You want to be aware of what your surroundings are, and that goes through the training.
Absolutely. I started with my kids. My kids are 4.5 and 6.5, and I already tell them they want to walk and play their game on my phone. I'm like, put that down, head on a swivel, and now they call me out. So I had my phone the other day, and my 4-year-old goes, Mom, head on a swivel. And I'm like, I got a very sassy 4.5-year-old, but I love it because and we play games with them too, y'all. When we're walking through the parking garage, I'm like, hey, how many men have mustaches? How many men have hats? Like, so I start getting them to pay attention to the people that are around them, and it starts really young, but it's like those little things to do in your mind that get, and we need to do it too. We need to know how many men are in this parking lot, in this parking garage. How many females are in this parking garage? Who's here? Who's a potential threat? So,
well, even me being older, you walk out of a shopping center or something, and somebody's following you.
Yes.
If you make yourself look like you're aware, they'll back off.
They will.
Most of the time.
Big presence, loud voice, and that's always. I mean, we can talk about situational awareness and training all day long, because that's the key to all of this, right? It's like reducing your ability of being a victim, but having a tool to back up. If I use my strong voice and I say no, back up, don't come any closer, I can really only do that if I feel confident that if that person continues to take another step, I can do something about it. But if I have no tool and I know that guy can overpower me, that's where I think a lot of women find themselves, and they don't want to use that strong, confident voice to tell them to back up, because they're like, well, I can't do anything about it. If I'm going to be nice, I'm going to shrink back, I'm going to try to be kind and polite to this potential criminal, and then it just kind of spirals from there. Yeah.
It does, and it is a delicate balance between, being, a pleasant, nice human being. Correct. But also aware, and even you reminded me when you talked about, how many people are in this parking garage, whatever. I had been in the grocery store, and there was somebody that just was shadowing me the whole time I was in there. It was really making me unnerved. And instead of asking one of the staff members in the grocery store, hey, will you help me carry these groceries out? I felt like, I'm burdening them. And so I walk out by myself. I had lost track of this person. I get around to where my driver's side of my car is, and the dude is standing there, which made me feel like, how did he know this was my car? And the vehicle next to me, which I assume was his, was a big, white, creepy killer van.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And I'm thinking, just praise Jesus that didn't end up being anything. But I reacted startled to him, and I think I said, nope. I just kind of, I don't even know what I was just, nope. And
she's deceiving, by the way. You can't mess with her.
I know. Well, polka dots are my camo,
exactly.
right? And it worked out. But I made a mental note that day of the things that I could have done to have been safer.
That's great. Yeah.
And one of them is I try to always park so that I can see my driver's door, so I don't have to walk around.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah, and I've had situations very similar to that. And what kind of is, freaked me out is how quickly they can close the gap.
Yes.
You think you lost them, by the time you're in your car, they could be up at your window, and but you got to think through. You have to think through those situations every day. And people, I just don't think want to be in that mindset. They don't want to be in the world is scary mindset, or they want to live in a little bubble. And unfortunately, safety is a mirage. You're safe until you're not safe.
Exactly.
And so it's just getting people ready and prepared.
So true. And then getting back to the clothing line.
Yeah.
This isn't frivolous, because I'm telling you, I went to a training event that had me open carrying. I never open carry. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So just even making that shift, it made me go, oh my gosh, I don't even have pants that have the belt loops.
Yep.
And I had to have pants that had belt loops that was strong enough. I had to have a whole carry situation system. And it was this whole journey I went on to realize that I wear skirts and I wear dresses. I really don't wear pants.
Yeah.
And so I had to completely construct a whole new outfit. And, so it's brand new clothes, it's brand new everything. And if it can at least feel somewhat natural and normal on my body,
exactly,
it goes a long way. Yep. And I'm a curvy girl, right? And so even that, whatever it was, I went to whatever store it was, 9/11 maybe. It was I had to buy 4 sizes bigger by the number than what I actually wear to get around my curves.
Yeah.
You know?
I will give a disclaimer on that for our clothing. Now, we have evolved. So when we first started, we were really focusing on a very niche like running community.
Yes.
You know, that's what I needed it for. But we have evolved with our audience. Now they're and what I love about this is because it is such a small community, they can email us and be like, hey, have you thought about this? Can you get this? And if we get enough requests, we'll be like, sure, let's put this out. So we've kind of evolved. Our current customers are like, well, I have like 20 pairs of leggings. I don't want to wear joggers anymore to work. I want work pants. Can you guys create a work pant?
Oh, cool.
So we came up with a dressier, elevated work pant that women could use. That because the whole thing is just how do we make this seamless? When you got to find a belt, when you have to find a holster, when you have to find 20 pieces of gear just to carry your tool, you're probably not going to do it. As a busy mom, I am running around thinking of everything to get for my kids, not the millions of pieces of gear that I have to put on for myself. So I'm like, if it's not Alexo, I'm probably not carrying that day. Like it's really hard to find a safe way to do it, like with my kids, you know? So.
Oh, absolutely. And I remember we've known each other long enough that when you were pregnant with your 6-year-old now, and there was one of these side conversations that you were like, I'm having a new revelation here that your body changes in unexpected ways when you're pregnant and
Mine
maybe
too,
and you know, so I just, you know, that was before I even had my experience with, because I'm like, oh, there's all these places that carry gear and clothing and whatever, and it's like, no, I mean,
there's really not. It's hard. And Alexo, I mean, I couldn't wear it during pregnancy because the compression. That's what I was going to say too with our sizing. We have a very different size chart than everybody else's normal sizing because that waist has to be compressive. It has to be sturdy to fit your body and hold all your gear without falling over or pulling your pants down. And so it's, you know, sometimes people do wear different size in ours, but you know, don't worry about that. Just find the thing that fits you and actually gets on your body, because outside of that, like, you're just not going to be used to how tight the waistband is. And I've got girls with hips that are like, I can't get these past my hips. And I'm like, it's called the Alexo dance. You have to dance and wiggle into your pants, get them on, and then tell me how you feel. And once they do that, they're like, oh, these feel awesome. I just had to get them past my hips. So, yeah.
They hold me in nicely.
It's very nice,
but no, it really does matter. It's not frivolous. And, you know, I don't know. Men have like 3 different places they carry, basically.
Right.
But we ladies, you know, we have a lot of
so much real estate.
Exactly. A lot of different options for a lot of different styles. And I just really value that. I mean, I feel like you were out there ahead of the curve.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's kind of setting the pace and raising that bar. And I just love that you're out there and you've done all the work you do, and you're outspoken. When things happen like these tragedies with Lake and Riley and the other ladies you mentioned, that you help people understand that there is a connection piece, and it's not like, well, that just happens in a vacuum, and then, oh, by the way, we sell these clothes where you can carry life-saving tools, right? Like, it's like, no, let's connect the dots here.
Right.
You do that
brilliantly. Thank you. I appreciate that. That is our mission. We are set out. I never want to see another woman not make it home safely again. If we could get this gear on every single person in the world, and this isn't just an American problem. I mean, we get calls from people in South Africa. There's the #1 rape capital of the world. Like, we need to protect ourselves too. So, you know, our mission is to get this on everybody, or make it as easy and accessible for women to find the gear that they need to live confidently and do it in a comfortable way.
Well, I absolutely love it. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time. This show is crazy busy. And I thank you for carving out some time to sit down and talk with us. Is there anything that you have coming up you want to tell our viewers about, or something exciting going on?
Yeah, I would say our partnership with Byrna is really exciting. If you haven't taken that leap yet into the firearm space, but you're looking for an effective tool that is easy to carry, they came up with a compact launcher that fits perfectly. We worked with them to make sure that it fit perfectly into the Alexo product. So you can actually get our products on Byrna.com or AlexoAthletica.com, and hopefully a bunch of retailers near you soon after SHOT Show. So,
and the Byrna system is available for all every state.
And every state. So it's legal to purchase You do need to look for your city and state and local laws on if you can carry. Like, I mean, I can't take it to New York City, which is a total bummer because I'm there all the time. But you can purchase it in New York. You just need to check all your local laws and everything like that.
And just quickly describe what Byrna is for people who haven't heard of it yet.
Yeah, it's a CO2 firearm. It looks like a firearm, but it uses a CO2 cartridge and it shoots a projectile that has pepper. It's got contaminants in it, or you can use a kinetic projectile as well. But the powder that's in it is really effective. You don't have to be super accurate. You're not carrying the liability of what could happen if you miss your target. I mean, there's a lot of really good that can come from using something like this. And my hope for a lot of women too is that they say, hey, this is a great first step, but maybe I need more. Like, and in my situation with 7 guys, like I wanted the great equalizer, you know, give me the firearm. But the firearm's not always the best answer to every single potential problem that you have, but a Byrna is a great intermediate step in between there. And they've got the compact one that I think is like a 5+1, and then it also comes, now they just released the extended magazine, so you get a couple extra rounds.
Right, so like if you jog in an area where there's wildlife or animal, you know, dogs, whatever, it's really good for that.
Absolutely.
So that's good.
Yeah, absolutely. Predators with 2 legs or 4 legs.
Exactly.
Right?
I do have to say too, so having the gear that you sell, I have 2 women that follow me around a lot, and it's good to have security guards that look good too.
It's true. That's absolutely right, and unassuming. You know, like that's the good.
That's true, right?
I love it.
That camo angle is so true. And of course, he's referring to our daughter who's sitting behind the camera. Helping us out here as the other woman that needs to be dressed well and protecting herself. So thank you for what you do, Cassie.
That they can handle situations.
Yes.
So
it's got to make you feel good as a dad and a husband.
Very proud. Very proud.
Absolutely. Well, tell folks how they can follow all that you're doing.
Sure, absolutely. You can go to alexoathletica.com to purchase the products, but you can also follow us on social media. We've got an Alexo Athletica page, but I have a personal page, which is just The Amy Robbins on X, Instagram, TikTok, all the places. Yeah.
Fantastic. Definitely get connected with The Amy Robbins and check out Alexo Athletica, because seriously, whether it's for yourself or there's always another reason to buy a gift just around the corner.
Yep.
Right?
We always need more leggings.
Exactly. So definitely connect with her and stick around, because we've got tons more coming at you from the 2026 SHOT Show.